Hey people, what's up? How are y'all doing? Today we're going to be talking about RuneScape's graphics, and all this is going to do is show you what each setting does and what it looks like in their respective tier, so meaning low, medium, high, and ultra. And at the end, I'm going to give you what I think are the best optimized settings, so you can play the game with it looking as nice as possible. But keep in mind, eye candy does come at a price. So my optimized settings are not going to be the best for everyone, depending on your graphics card, so just keep that in mind. The first thing you see when you open the graphics menu is the manual setup. Here you get a few options. These are just basic presets the game offers you, but you already know that. If you don't, well now you do. So moving on to the advanced section, this is where you pick and choose options that'll be saved into the custom preset. The first option is remove roofs. This one is very self-explanatory. All it does is remove roofs according to your preference. You can choose between always, which will remove roofs from every single building, no matter if you're standing inside or outside. The other option, selectively, will only remove the roofs from buildings you actually go inside of, making it a little bit more immersive. The next option is draw distance. This one has a huge impact on visual quality. Draw distance is what determines how much of the game is loaded ahead of you everywhere you go in RuneScape. So you can either pick low, medium, high, or ultra, each tier showing a little bit more than the one before. The next option is shadow quality. For this one you need to have the shadows tick box activated on the right side, otherwise it'll be grayed out and you won't be able to pick anything. Shadow quality affects two things in RuneScape. It affects shadow distance and the sharpness of the shadows. And by sharpness, I mean how accurate the shadow looks to the actual object. Here's a comparison between low, medium, high, and ultra sharpness. And here's a comparison between the shadow distance of low, medium, high, and ultra. The next option is anti-aliasing. To put it in simplest terms, it basically just sharpens the game by removing the fuzzy edges on items. You have two options for this one: FXAA, MSAA, and a combination of both. FXAA is a much less performance-heavy option, while MSAA is the opposite, but it gives you better visual quality. FXAA provides a more blurry image, while MSAA provides a more sharper image in exchange for performance. The next option is water. This improves the visual quality of water. You can either go for low, medium, high, or ultra, each one being better looking than the one before. For lighting detail, all I noticed while messing around with this option was it made light sources a little bit more brighter. You can either go for low, medium, high, or ultra. The next setting is Ambient Occlusion. This is probably my favorite one. Ambient Occlusion basically adds shadows to objects in RuneScape. It gives items a little bit more realism. So you have two options for this one. You can either go for Screen Spaced Ambient Occlusion, or SSAO, or you can go for Horizon Based Ambient Occlusion, or HBAO. The difference between the two is SSAO is a little bit less performance heavy than HBAO, but it also looks less real. So here's SSAO, and here's HBAO. And the last major setting on the left side of the advanced tab is Bloom. What Bloom does is it adds glow effects to anything that emits light. And note that I did not notice any visual quality gain after the medium setting. So here's low Bloom and high Bloom. On the right side panel of the advanced section, we have anisotropic filtering. This provides enhanced detail for anything that's in the horizon. So here are the various settings you're offered by anisotropic filtering. Okay, now that I've explained most of the features in the graphical settings, it's time for me to tell you which options are the best. So after taking note of my FPS with various settings and making sure the visual quality stays good, here is what I've come up with. Remove roofs, selectively. Draw distance, medium. Shadow quality, medium. Anti-aliasing mode, MSAA, on the lowest setting. Water, you could go for either medium or high. I think they both look pretty good. Lighting detail, you can go with medium. Ambient Occlusion, SSAO. And Bloom can be set to low. For anisotropic filtering, I didn't notice much difference at all with the settings, so I say just go with 8. These are the settings I think are pretty good for someone who doesn't have a very good graphics card or CPU, but if you have a monster computer, then go ahead and run this whole game on Ultra. And if you want more softer experience, you can go with FXAA plus MSAA. It's a middle ground between sharp and soft, and I think it looks very good, and it's what I use. So that's going to be it for this graphical video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.